Cove. It's a CLI for managing WordPress using what I'm calling the Franken stack. So it is a combination of Franken PHP, which also uses Caddy, MariaDB, MailPit, and Whoops, which is a PHP library for exception handling, WPCLI, and WordPress. You bundle it all together into a single CLI, and you can experience my local development setup. Once it is installed, you'll first need to install it. You will get a Cove command, and you can do Cove list to see the sites that are currently installed. You can it'll handle a WordPress site. It'll also handle just like a static PHP HTML site. If you want to add a site, do Cove add, and then you give it a name. And a nice thing about using command line tools is this is all super fast. So the ability to create a new site, delete a site, it just takes a few seconds. And I have a few baked in goodies where it adds a must-use plugin to enable these one-time URLs, so you can log in to the site right away. If you want to delete the site, go delete, and it gives you a prompt. Are you sure you want to delete this? And it's gone. Simple as that, right? We've got a few other arguments. You can say -- totals to actually calculate how big the sites are. That takes a little bit of extra time. You can check the status of Cove. So Cove is not just a CLI. It does have a GUI, which is pretty new. I haven't spent a whole lot of time on it, so I'll show you what I have so far. So it is a dashboard, and it allows you to add and remove sites just like you can from the CLI. And it also includes a few links, one for MailPit. And MailPit will intercept any emails that are being sent out from any of the sites, and it will store them in a local database. The other link is Adminer, which it'll give you access to all your databases for your sites. And another really powerful thing with Cove is it has the ability to add Caddy directives, which, if you're not familiar with what a directive is, it's like an extra line of configuration that you can add for each site. So if you want to add something to the Caddy configuration, you can use the directive command. You can add a directive, update one, delete one. And you can see, for example, for the music site, I added a directory that anything going to the music directory is actually mapped to a different path on my computer. So think of these like Nginx roles. These are web server roles that you can add to your site. You can enable, disable it. So if you're working with other web servers locally and you need to turn Cove off, you can say Cove disable. That's going to power down Franken PHP with Caddy and unload the relating services. So at this point, Caddy is not running. And then you can turn it back on by saying enable. And then under the hood, Cove reload will refresh the Caddy configuration files. Whenever you're adding, removing sites, it's doing a Cove reload. It's a way to refresh the configurations without rebooting things. Cove is completely open source. If you want to try it out yourself, check it out on github.com/anchorhost/Cove. And right now it just supports Mac OS. Although if you want it to support other operating systems, let me know, or send me a laptop and maybe I can get it working. The underlying technology that's powering Cove is cross compatible, so in theory it shouldn't be too hard to get Linux working. Windows might take a little bit of rewrite of the scripts to get all that working, but if you're using WSL in Windows, again, it shouldn't be too difficult to get Cove working there. It will require a future version update. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Cove is a local development powered by Caddy, made specifically for WordPress. And I hope you try it out and let me know what you think. So one thing I didn't show is the error handling, how that works. So I'm going to open up this one site in VS Code. And I'm going to add an illegal function in PHP. So now when we view the site, it gives this whoops error. And this is really handy because you can see the whole stack of code, and it shows you the full source code where you can bounce around between the different levels, the different files, and see the full error handling. And I prefer seeing all this details when I can. Obviously, you would never use this on production because it will expose too much details. But for working locally, this is super handy.